look at this remote spotlight. Did some research online. A lot of the reviews are not that good, but if you've priced these things like I have, they can be fairly expensive, close to $300 or even more for a more sturdy permanent mount one. This one's not permanent mount. It mounts with a suction cup. We're going to be using it on the boat, so we're going to go ahead and unbox it, take a look at it, and see how well it works compared to the reviews. This is the Motion Pro 1000, model number RC550M. It's a spotlight area light. It has two lights on it, front and back. It claims to be 500,000 candle power or candelas, and there's no real installation. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's in the box next. Alright, I have taken this out already, so it's going to come out easier now than when I first opened it. I have to say the unit itself is actually a little bit larger than what I had anticipated. You can see it there. One of the reviews I read said that it was built quite sturdy. I gotta tell you, looking at it right now, that doesn't really look that sturdy, but alright, there's two on-off switches, and then a left, right, up, down on the controller. It's a 12-volt cigarette style plug. I've seen much better quality ones, but hopefully it'll work. The cord seems to be fairly good quality. Alright, I just unplugged the charger and turned on the battery on the boat, so we can go ahead and give this a little try right here. Alright. Alright, that is something to behold. The cold lamp that was advertised is about, looks like 6 LEDs in there. So, let me see how well that shows up. Oh, you can see it. But, you know, that's actually pretty cool. I wasn't anticipating LEDs. That also means that I can use this without really worrying about voltage draw. But the movement, I can hear the gears. Sounds very cheap, almost like a toy car. And there's the spotlight. So let's go take it to the front of the boat and see where we're going to mount the suction cup part to it. think I'm going. Oh, that's interesting. If you point down, the light turns off just so that it doesn't melt the housing. I'm gonna turn the light sideways so that I can actually operate the suction cup. Alright, here you see the light. I've just kind of suction cupped it to the window. I guess you could operate it up there, but I'd be a little scared that it would fall off and cause it damage, which I'm scared anyway is going to happen. There's the remote. I'm imagining that I would either zip tie or twist tie that to that little shaft that's on the window just to keep it from bouncing around or falling on the floor. And then currently the power is plugged in into the radio box. There's a 12-volt port there. I plan on installing one down here on the dash at some point in the future, and maybe that will work a little better. But now let's move to the front of the boat so we can see it where I intend it to be used. Alright, here you can see the hatch. I thought that this would be the configuration of how I'd use it. Maybe even off to a little to the side. Since it's a suction cup, the glass should make for a good point. Actually, that's plexiglass, but and I would imagine that I'd probably secure that here to the hardtop mounts in the future on a temporary basis, you know, if I'm ever in a night situation where I need to use it. Alright, so we'll give it one more dry run. Give our little remote. Not so sure what we could use the LED light for. And I'd imagine on the water this thing's going to be bouncing around a little bit. Not so sure how steady the light will be. But it's pretty bright, so. Oh, I don't like that I can. Already a negative feature. The light is shining back through the device at me, so that could become an issue, interrupting my night blindness. Night vision, not giving me night blindness or whatever you want to call it. I hope you can hear me from here. It just rained, so there's a lot of leaf noise and drippings. Yeah, it's a shame that the light's coming backwards at me. Alright, so it's not quite completely dark yet. I'd say it's probably dusk. The street lights just came on. That gives you some indication. The camera makes it look a lot brighter than it is. But I'm ready to call it a day. So we're going to go ahead and get this over with and try the spotlight out and kind of see what the brightness is on it and how far it reaches. So I'm going to go jump up on the boat. I don't know how that looks. but I'm actually quite impressed with the way that it works. I think it was pretty bright, but I don't like that the light comes back at me, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I brought you up into the boat to show you what it looks like. This is the LED light. I'm sure in a pitch black night that'll be pretty bright as far as to illuminate things. But the spotlight, you see, even from behind it's very bright. I know that that's going to ruin my night vision. So the question is, do I want to make some kind of cap? Yeah, I have no idea what I'm going to do about that, because that's going to really significantly hinder the usage. But otherwise it does what it says it's going to do. It's fairly bright from here. It does reach the trees already on the other side of the street, which is about 150 feet. So not at all disappointed with that. It's got good movement, like a little R2-D2 thing. Alright, so there you go. That finishes the presentation, unboxing, review of that, forgot the name of it, but the Motion Light 1000 or something. The lights you see right now are not that light. It's some LED lights I put on in a previous video. You should check that out. These are really nice. I think I'm pleased with it. I paid a little bit less than what some of the marine places and online places want for it. I paid about 70 bucks. I've seen it in other places for 100, 120. I don't know if I would be that happy if I spent $120 on it, but for $70 and an upcoming night trip that I'm going on, I think it's money well spent to make sure that everybody's safe on board. Biggest drawback is that flashing back in my face. I've done enough night boating to know that that is going to be a big problem. So I have to see if I'm going to do something about that. I actually bought the light more of an emergency item than something I'm going to use regularly, so it might still all work out really good. Alright, well, so thanks for watching. If you have any comments, leave it below. Any questions, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and like the video. That goes a long way. And take a look at our sponsors. That's what makes videos like this possible. Until next time.